Hi guys, welcome to another vlog. In this vlog, it's really a sit down vlog. We're gonna chit chat, so I don't know what that was. Yeah, so okay, this vlog is going to be like a Q&A. I had put up on my WhatsApp and on Instagram for persons just to give me some questions of what they'd like to see answered, and I got some and I'm here to answer some, so I'm gonna try to answer as quickly as possible so I can get through most of the questions as quickly as possible. So forgive the hair today. This is quarantine here, so I try to like stash on a little makeup, to kind of detract from the hair. Alright, so let's dive right into it. Alright, so the first question: what is your highest level of education? My highest level of education is a tertiary level education. Actually, I have a degree. Question number 2. This is a very interesting question. Were you a virgin when you got married? Yeah. I feel so kind of geeky. But yeah, I was a virgin when I got married. I got married when I was 28 years old. So for some people that's like a long wait, but yeah, I was a virgin when I got married. What are some of the insecurities you have as a mother? Well, as a mama bear, I feel like I'm going to mess up somehow. Like, I'm going to do something that make a mistake that's going to ruin her life forever. I don't know. I sometimes I feel inadequate, like when she's crying or fussing or just not having a good day. I feel like there's nothing I can do. I feel like a bad mother in kind of a way. Yeah, so as a mother, I just one insecurity is that I feel like I'm not enough, and the other one is that I feel like I am just going to do something and it's going to mess up her life, like how she relates to people and whatever. I don't want to do that. The third question is, no, I know that the fourth question is, would you dance professionally? Well, some of you guys know that I dance. I danced with various groups along my journey. I danced, the last group I danced with was Praise Academy of Dance, and I feel like I would dance professionally if I was younger, like if I didn't have a family, if I didn't have a husband and a daughter and work, and so I think all those things can take up a time, and balance is important. And when I was dancing with Praise, when they had a big production at Little Theatre, it was, when it got down to crunch time, it was time consuming, and I felt so guilty that I dropped my off at daycare at around 6:30, and then when I came home around 9:30, 10, she was asleep, so I really didn't get to spend any time with her, maybe for 3 weeks straight. So to dance professionally, you have to give it your all when it's dance season, and I don't know if my conscience would allow me to do that right now. This is a very interesting question. It says, how do you balance your time with being a mom, dancer, vlogger, and work? As I was saying before, balance is important. Sometimes I feel like I'm not balancing. Sometimes I feel like I'm drowning. Sometimes I feel like one of those things is suffering. When it gets really like, work is always busy, But when it gets really hectic, like Jr goes for Nala from daycare. Most of the time takes her back to my work so that I can be with her, and I am so grateful for that. And sometimes I feel like a balance, sometimes I feel like I don't. But the thing is, I have to find time. Like I have to be creative in how I balance. So using the example I did before, instead of I asked JR to just pick her up and they go home, I asked him to pick her up and then they both come back to me so I can have that time. Even though I'm working, they're there, so we're in that shared space. Yeah, but there comes a time when something has to be priority, and then you have to make that hard decision of what is priority. The next question is this is from somebody who knows my background. So, being a sickler, were you scared of getting pregnant? Sickler, for those of you who don't know, is somebody who has sickle cell. Now I don't have full sickle cell, but I do have sickle cell trait, and it does bother me from time to time. You can come join, you know. It does bother me from time to time. So yes, I was scared because of that. That was one of my fears, because I had a relative who she had sickle cell trait and she had difficulty in childbirth, so I thought about that as well. Having the sickle cell trait, and actually, it was a scary point. But I had I had a lot of fears when I was pregnant as well. But it all worked out. The funny thing is, I was scared because of that, but that wasn't the main cause of my delivery stress as it were. That wasn't the main cause. Do you okay, this is a long one, so I'll take my time. Do you believe that a wife or husband should have friends or family that they can that they can do you believe that a wife or husband should have friends or family that they can confide in their marriage? If yes, where is the line drawn as to what to share and not to share? Alright, this one is a tricky one. I think that it's good to have persons around you who you can confide in about various things. It's good to have persons around you who are objective and who will tell you when you're wrong, etc. When it comes to your marriage now, that's kind of a tricky space. I do believe that a husband or a wife can have persons who they talk to about the varying issues that are happening, and then it really depends on your relationship. If you know that your partner is a super private person and they would be deeply hurt if you share certain information, then I would suggest that you not do it, because it would seem as though you're betraying the person's trust. So you have to know your partner, and you have to know exactly what the line in your relationship is. There are certain things that you can sound off, like a friend is a sounding board, so you can go and you can say, girl, what do you think about XYZ? You think I was being overly dramatic or whatever it is? And then there are some things in a marriage, based on your marriage, that you know that if you share this, then the person will be thoroughly embarrassed or whatever it is. So it's based on your relationship. But in general though, I think it's healthy that you have persons who you can talk to about various things. But the water gets a bit tricky in terms of where the line is, and every relationship has its own line. So every relationship has its own thing. You know in your relationship where you can cross the line and where you cannot cross that line. I hope that answered your question. Yeah. So the next question is, how do you balance keeping your marriage alive while being a mom? Well, that's a good question. Um, Keeping your marriage alive takes two persons. So sometimes I just being a mom part. Sometimes when you are tired and you're stressed and you just want to be left alone or be comfortable or whatever it is, just plain tired as a mom. You've been running after little one all day. You have um you have been shouting all day or whatever it is. You have been at it all day as a mom, and you're just tired, and sometimes you just pop down, and sometimes you don't want to put on the makeup, you don't want to put on the lingerie, you don't want to do that, you don't want to do that. But keeping your marriage alive is important, and for me, it's being playful. It's being, it's knowing that yes, you're a mommy, and yes, you have to deal with the little one or the big one, which wherever in your marriage you are at, whatever stage in the marriage you're at. But you have to know too that you have somebody else that is also dependent on you, and you have a relationship that you have to keep pushing and going. So with me, with us, we're very playful. So we'll, I don't know, little playful things, play water war, play, do a little prank here, run a little joke there, just keeping the thing playful. That's one of the main things for us. And the other thing, when we could go outside, you remember that period when we could go outside, we used to go on date nights. So we know that every month is a date night. Every once a month is date night. So, and it's usually like right after we get paid, because you know we don't have the money done. So usually you have once a night is date night. So we keep that alive because we used to go on dates before we got married. So we kept that going. And also once in a while we send a little one over to a grandparent, and we have that time alone here. Yeah, so you have to find creative ways of keeping the thing going and keeping it alive. Whenever you feel too comfortable or complacent, then that's usually when trouble starts to set in. You have to find different, we have to keep it going. You have to purposefully want to keep it alive, because once you get complacent, you're like, then trouble going set in. How do you not let go of yourself? This is a very interesting question. How do I not let go of myself? How do I not let go of myself? Sometimes I feel like I let go of myself a little bit. I think to tell myself that, Yan, not because you're a mom, not because you're now married, doesn't mean that you must stop looking good. I think it comes down to feeling good. Like I want to feel good, so I know that when I dress up or when I put on like a makeup or whatever it is, I kind of feel myself, and I don't feel as let down, or I don't feel like I've let myself go. It's very difficult sometimes, because when I'm busy or just plain tired or just really can't bother because I'm juggling various things, I feel like me is on the back burner, and I had to purposefully tell myself to not make myself pop down. I have persons around me too. Big up mommy, who if she sees something cute, she'll go, oh yeah, I love this, and she'll buy it for me or whatever. people around you who say, "Oh yeah, fix up yourself." Yeah. So letting yourself go, and it's a personal thing, something that you have to decide to not want to do. Kind of snap out of the funk. I know it's hard. It's really hard because I went through it as like a mom when I had Nala, and I really felt sad and depressed at one point, and I just was like, and you have persons around you who kept you up, and then I decided that I am not going to be popped down. I'm going to kind of try to, that every day you feel to dress up and whatever, but try to maintain that self-love, and then that self-love will spill over into how you put yourself together. And so hope, I'm rambling, I hope that answered that question. Alright, next question is, how do I handle disappointments? How do I handle disappointments? I shut off. I just stop. I just I don't talk. I just go quiet. I just go back into my shell. When it comes to disappointments, like okay, when it initially happens, I really just shut off. I try not to exhibit so much emotion, because what I realize is sometimes when something happens to you in the moment, well, happens to me in the moment, and if I don't like shut it down a little, you say things, I say things that I don't mean, or I say things that I can't take back. So when those things happen to me, I kind of shut off. I think about how I'm really feeling, and then I can express myself properly, because I realize in the moment of disappointment or hurt or whatever, I don't express myself well. So over the time, I've learned to just shut off and then process, and then I can express what I'm saying. Hope that made sense. The next question is, this one is deep. I got this from a deep sister. This one, the next two questions are pretty deep. So the next question reads like this: how do you pray for someone with a terminal illness when each day the person is getting worse instead of better? How do you pray for someone who has a terminal illness that's getting worse and not better? I think for me personally, this is kind of personal to me, because when my grandma had Alzheimer's and some other issues and some health issues as well, and when she was getting worse, I didn't know how to pray. The only thing I said was, God, if it is your will to take her home, then you can take her home. I'm not willing to let her go as yet, but there must be something better. You must have something better in store for her. This can't be it. And that it was really painful, because if you know me, you know that you know how much I love my grandma, and she was very integral in my growing up. She helped raise me, so yeah. So when she was sick and not getting better, I had to pray, God, let your will be done, kind of a thing. And that's a difficult thing to pray, that's a difficult thing to say, but sometimes when we pray, even though we're praying for somebody, we are praying for ourselves to feel better, if you get what I'm saying. But let your will be done in a prayer really should be let your will be done in general. But when they're suffering, is it, God, am I being selfish asking you to keep this person here even though there's pain and suffering and the person is not getting better? Lord, if we're not going to heal the person, what's the point? What's the point of the person suffering? You understand? How would you encourage such a person and their family who are looking to you for support? Just tell them that you are here for them. Just tell them that as much as is possible, you will try to assist in any way you can. You are there for them, and you are praying for peace. And I think in answering the question before, that's one of the things you can pray for. You can pray that the person finds peace and comfort in that time. So you can let the person know that you'll be there. Sometimes we say too much when persons are suffering. Sometimes I feel like I really say too much, and when persons are suffering, whatever type of suffering it is, sometimes people just require your presence, and they would like to know that you are always there to help. Hope that answered your question. Alright, next question. Because of Corona, we have been spending more time at home with our loved ones. What is one thing you learned about yourself and your family? I know patient joke. It's really interesting being back at home. As I tell you guys, I'm on a schedule at work, so I go in maybe twice for the week or once for the week, but I still have to work from home. But at home, Jared goes to work, so I am here with Nala by myself, and that has been like eye-opening. I feel like I'm back on maternity leave, but she's not like a infant, she's a toddler, and toddlers are I think that terrible tools toddler stage, they come to test your patience. Like, I thought I was patient. That's one of the traits that most persons would say I have, that I am patient. I think I'm a patient person, but this little one in this Corona season, she is testing my patience. I can tell you that. So I don't think I have as much patience as I thought I did before. That's one thing I'm learning about myself, and I'm also learning that the mother-daughter our bond is pretty good. I'm learning her. I am learning her how she in this time, what she wants. I don't understand exactly everything she said, because you know they're in the gibberish stage. So I'm learning her. I'm learning how to understand her. I'm learning how to understand myself as it comes. As in how I am as a mother. I am understanding why my mother was cleaning constantly. I'm understanding all of that. So yeah, I've been learning a lot, and yeah. If you had a day to yourself and you were well rested, what would you do with your day? If I had a day to myself, I would go to get a day pass and go to an all-inclusive. Like, I would go to an all-inclusive. I would want to go on what's it called, kayak. I'd want to do I don't know the names of these things, all of the water things I'd want to do. I'd want to chill by the beach. I'd want to swim in the pool. I want to eat at the buffet. I just want to do it all. A day pass to all inclusive, since it's one day. So that's what I'd want to do. So if I was well rested, had a day to myself, had all the resources to myself, I would go to an all inclusive just for a day. And the final question, this final question is funny. Have you ever taken anybody's boyfriend? No, never ever. Never ever have I taken anybody's boyfriend. Well, I hope that. I'd hope that. I'd hope that the persons who I was in relationship with before would have been true. No, I've never taken anybody's boyfriend. I if I had done so unknowingly, but I've never been the type to meddle in anybody's relationship. So um that's it. And one more question. I don't know if I had a lot of questions in a guy's, but okay, just one more. What type of personality would you describe yourself as having? What type of personality would I describe myself as having? I am an introvert by nature. I don't even know how I'm vlogging. I am definitely an introvert by nature. Um, well, really started out well according to my parents. I started out as an extrovert, so I was always the one talking to a person or whatever. But I'm an introvert. I when if you come into my life and I love you, I will love you. And yeah, I love hard. I I am my temperament is more like a pressure cooker. Things I would hold things in or whatever. You know what pressure cooker until it blow. Yeah, that's bad. Don't be a pressure cooker, but I think I'm a pressure cooker. Um, what else? I love adventure. I love spontaneity. Um, yeah, I'm a pretty chill person. I usually um I usually am a homebody. I was saying to myself last year that this year would be the year that I want to go out, as in start going to different places, and so just for new experiences, because I found that the adventure part of me was slowly going away. So I said 2020 I'm going to renew that, and I actually went to one event that was a oldies something. What name again? Oh Lord Jesus. What the oldies party name again? Not Footloose, Mellow Vibes. So I went to Mellow Vibes. That was the first, and then I said I'm going to just go to like different events and whatever. And then COVID happened. So yeah. But anyways, that's it guys. Thank you guys so much for chilling with me for how long this video is. If you like to hear me or see me do something like this again, just let me know and ask your questions. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching. Please guys, please subscribe, comment, like, share, wash your hands them for at least 20 seconds or more. Stay inside as much as you can. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay lovely. Thank you. Bye.